Yeah.
You know what? It's kind of funny but disturbing is tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day. And so I think it was Thursday night last week, like my daughter, it's like past her bedtime, like go to sleep, like lay down, like we read a book, we're done, like go to sleep. I'm just waiting for them to like go to sleep so I can finish up my work and stuff. And she's just like, Daddy, I wish I was white. Yeah, and here I am just like, like laying down, like they've been quiet, maybe one's asleep, maybe one's not. And then she says that, I'm like, what? And she goes,
wow.
And I was like,
yeah,
right? Like, where is this? But I'm like, let's hear it out. Like, okay, why would you say that? I said, well, being black is boring. So, my immediate reaction is to like say something and like set it straight and all that. But I'm like, where did this come from? Like, I thought we were sleeping already. Okay, so why would you say that? Turns out, right, they're watching some things about civil rights movement in America, Martin Luther King, who he was, because, there's no school on Monday, so this is why, right? And then I'm like, okay, but I'm still concerned, like, why would you say that? And then she's like, yeah, because, like, if you're white, you can go to all the fun places. You can go wherever you want. And like, black people couldn't go to the fun places. I'm like, oh, she probably watched literally segregation, some clip somewhere where it's like blacks only, or whites only, no blacks. And so to her, it's like, I want to go to that school, or I want to go on that bus or to that park. But because of that framework, like whites only, black, no blacks, she thought, oh yeah, being white means you can go wherever you want, which if we unpack it, we can get to that. But I was like, I wasn't ready to have this conversation.
How old is she?
She's 6.
Yeah, that's a very interesting age though. I feel like at that age, we don't really understand yet what that means. Or like we just see it as something superficial. I remember when I was that age, I wanted to have like blue eyes. And I was like, why don't I have blue, same thing, like brown eyes are so boring. Like I want to have blue eyes. Why can't I, it's the eye color, not the skin color, but
similar, like I was like, oh man, I guess I got to step up and have this conversation now because here it is, right? And I was like, look, those videos you watch are of like an old time. And back then it was like that. Based on your color, you couldn't go here, you could do this. Like, but that's very different now. And it's not the same. Like there's no, you can go to this fun place if you're this color or not. That's the time of the past. It's not like that now. And she's like, oh, well, am I black? And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, should I wake up the other one so we have this? Should we have this conversation now? Like, okay. I'm like, yeah, because your daddy is, and your daddy's daddy was, right? But you're also Japanese, right? Because your mommy is, and your mommy's mommy. Like I tried to somewhat go through the family tree. Mm-hmm. I was like, look, you're a bit of everything, but it doesn't matter the way it did back in that day. Martin Luther King, you hear that name because we have a holiday and no school, but he grew up, it was like that. Like you're growing up, it's not like that. Color doesn't have, like, that's not how we describe people the way you might think as far as you can go here or there. That was kind of like a little Band-Aid, I felt like. But the good thing is that we've been revisiting this idea a lot. She thought when she heard like, oh, he's black, like that term, she's like, I didn't know there was a country called black.
You see, that's what I mean.
I know.
It's so innocent. Yeah.
And I was like, you're right. Like
there's a country that's black. That's so cute. Yeah.
And us adults, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, that kids. As a father, as an adult, like that to me is, you can't measure that. That's that innocence. That's that kind of people say like you get uneducated the older you get. Or I would say you get kind of taught what to believe and what to think versus what you already naturally would. And so the younger they are, the more natural their thought is. And the more it kind of exposes how unnatural our thoughts are in these boxes that we make. Yeah. And that's just like, Yeah, there's no country called black. Why are we calling each other? He's black. He's white. Like, where?
Yeah.
Kids.
Totally. That's so cute, though.
Yeah.
I love that. I didn't know there was a country called black.